Hello! Bonjour! Bonjour tout le monde. Hopefully you guys can all hear me. Can somebody tell me you can hear me and see me, hopefully? Um, hello everyone. I'm talking to you from my closet for another this week and next week. Hopefully you guys can see me and hear me. Please let me know that you can. It says I'm on here, but the internet is so freaking weird that, okay. Okay, good. Thanks, Lisa. I'll go back a little bit and say hi. A bunch of people posted from like yesterday, I think, because I think they were concerned. So I'll be telling you all about that in a minute. So hi, Edie. I don't know who's in here right now. Hi, Rhonda, Marva, World Full of Music, Lisa. Leanne says she's going to watch later. So Rent Vale, Sherry, Maria, Kai, you're on the Camino. I hope it's going well. I just can't believe you're doing that. That's wonderful. Dennis, Sherry, yes. I'll have to talk about that in a moment. Yeah, we're going to hear who the new Pope is here in a minute. Dachshund Gal, Diana by the Beach, Sandra P, welcome. Patricia, Melissa S. Oh, Lucy appreciates the hello. She's right here. She's right here. She's been keeping me company. Cindy, hi, Violets and Roses. Hi, Rentville, Lawrence, Susan from Ireland. Great. Hi, Repent, Teresa, Annie, Barbara. This does sound like Romper Room. I remember that. Yeah, I used to watch Romper Room. Sharon, Patuzissima, hello there. Well, anyway, welcome in, everyone. So lots to talk about. First of all, I want to share with you, yes, they did choose a new pope who we should hear about momentarily. If anybody gets the word on that while we're on the live stream, just let us know who the pope is. Hi, Mariana. Hi, Anderson from Nevada. Anyway, the weird thing is, I kind of knew they chose the pope before I saw it on my phone because the bells rang out in Dijon for like 10 minutes straight, 15 minutes straight, and it was not on the hour, so I had a feeling that's what it was. Happy birthday, Cat Z. Hi, Bear Paws. Hi, Jean. Yes, they chose him in a couple of days, I think on the 4th or 5th ballot. Jean. Yes, the bells. It's wonderful. Hi, Justin. Hi, Barbara. Well, anyway, yeah, we have a new pope. Now you guys can probably see I got a little swelling here still on my face, a little bit. Not as bad as it was, let me tell you. I'll tell you the short version, and then there will be a video out on Sunday that's going to give you more details on the tooth. Yeah, I've had an abscess, and it's not the worst abscess I've ever had. It was the second worst abscess I've ever had. I've only had like 3, and one was really bad, like 30 years ago, and then I had a small one about 12 years ago, maybe, that was not really that bad. In fact, it was on the lower, and I didn't even really know it was an abscess, till I went in. Yeah, this has not been good, and so that means this is an ongoing problem. This isn't something that's just gonna be okay. I'll talk about that I'll talk about in the live stream the decisions I gotta make about this, and then I'll probably be doing a video on it once I figure out what my decisions are. What's happening right now is I'm on antibiotics. It doesn't seem to be it's helping, but it's been slow. Hi, John, see you too. And, I've just all they give you is, like, paracetamol, which is, European Tylenol, basically. So, fortunately, the pain was not like I had 30 years ago. I had an abscess 30 years ago that I had to be on, like, massive painkillers for 2 days because the pain was that bad, but, this is, yeah, I don't have one of those, Cat, a warm black tea bag. Uh, no, I don't wanna get an extraction. I believe it's a tooth here. I can't figure out exactly what tooth it is. I think it's one that has a crown on it, which means that they should be able to go in and do a root canal, but the problem is I'm leaving here in a week. I can't get a root canal done here. So I either have to have a root canal done when I go to the UK or when I go to Albania. It's cheaper in Albania. So right now I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna have to cut the UK part short. I keep cutting it, and now it's really gonna have to be short. And, no, I didn't have a previous root canal, it just had a crown on that tooth because I think the tooth broke at one point in time or something. Um, well, the pain's not bad now. It's just it's an infection, and so it's also made me feel sick. Like, it makes you if you've ever had a abscess, they're scary because especially on the upper teeth, because the infection could go to your brain and kill you. So, it's, like, very, very scary. So, I don't can't get ibuprofen here. Yes, it can get into your bloodstream. Yeah, fortunately, I have not had, like, a bad fever or anything like that. I did go again, it's in my video that's coming out Sunday. I'm not gonna go into a lot of detail, but I did go get seen by a regular doctor. I couldn't get in to see a dentist. I tried. But a regular, like, urgent care, I got seen there, and they put me on antibiotics. I'm taking, this antiseptic mouthwash that's like prescription mouthwash and that helps a lot. But, it's still getting better, like, too slowly for my taste. In fact and they only give you, like well, technically, I have 6 days of antibiotics to take, but I think I should be having, like, 10 days of antibiotics. So, Lydia, do I need a prescription for that in France, for ibuprofen? Because I haven't seen it anywhere. Um, okay. Yeah, that would be help for the swelling. No, Albania actually has a really it's weird. Albania has, like, a really strong dental tourism business, kinda like Hungary, Turkey, some other countries, and so they have some very modern clinics there in Tirana, the capital, and it's a third of the cost of what I would pay in the UK, and my insurance does not cover this. The basic medical insurance I got to come here overseas did not include dental. So I can't get it I have to pay for this, and it's just it sucks. So, I'm basically going to probably just well, the short-term plan is if this isn't totally gone by Monday, because like I said, it's been real it's better every day, but it's just not it's still there. So, I think I need to maybe go back to the urgent care Monday and see about getting on more antibiotics just to make sure that the infection is gone. Because they can't do anything until there's no infection anyway. So, um, and then I have to decide, I gotta make some changes in my travel plans, so I'm not really sure what to do. Um, um, Jean-Marc, I have a tooth abscess, a bad one on the upper here. So, yeah, this was unexpected. Since I haven't had an abscess in probably 12, 13 years, and I've only had, I think, 2 other ones in my life, so it's not like I have them all the time. Can't get into a dentist, Jean-Marc, tried that. I went to but, you can go to a regular urgent care, and the doctor examined me, and he was very nice. He spoke English, and, put me on the only thing you can do is be put on antibiotics until the infection's gone. I mean, that's really all you can do. So, yeah, I need antibiotics, wild horse, not homeopathy, okay? I'm sorry, but there are times you need antibiotics, and one is when you have, like, an abscess. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to do that, Bear Paws. I am gonna try to get an appointment, but the problem there's so many moving parts to this. I gotta first see if I can change my plane reservation to get to Albania sooner. Then I gotta get another Airbnb to stay in. Then I've got to get an appointment to get seen and get an evaluation and get the treatment while I'm there. But I'm trying to just figure out if there's any way. Anyway, I'll be filling you in on my videos coming up next week. So, I don't really have the answer right now. No, well, the problem with the UK is the dental stuff is almost as expensive as the US. So I already looked into getting it done in the UK, and, to just get a root canal is over $1,000 at an endodontist, and, so, that's I can't do that right now. I mean I can if my life depends on it, but I can't really do that right now and afford the problem is that the UK trip was is a big cost anyway. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is eliminate most of it, maybe just get to London for a few days as long as my tooth isn't bothering me, get to Albania, get that taken care of in June, and, yes, I'm on antibiotics. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Colors of Nature is, they're asking if I yeah, what I may do is change it around and just make some go to the UK in September before, after I go to Sicily, and just go to the UK then. So, I could still maybe go to London because I need to fly out of L to change my ticket, it's on British Airways. To change it, I still have to fly British Airways, so I'm pretty much gonna have to fly out of London, so I'm still gonna have to go to London, but I may only just stay there 3 days and then fly out, so that's what I'm trying to work on. There's a lot of stuff here, guys, so I know. Well, I'm sick about it. I mean, I'm sick on many levels. I'm sick physically. My energy this explains a lot, guys. It does. Because the whole week before this came on, and I can tell you this part because I didn't put it in the video on that's coming out Sunday. Thank you, Colleen. Much appreciated. But it really is. Thank you so much. But I can tell you this part. I was getting so tired that week before this really hit. So this was building. And the thing is that now I look back on it and I was getting increasingly tired. And I thought, "Why am I so tired?" Because I knew I wasn't sick in another way, and I thought, "Well, this doesn't make any sense." And then I started having some intermittent pain over here, but I have sensitive teeth anyway, and sometimes they just act up for a few days and then they're fine, or sometimes I get gum irritation and it goes away. This just got worse, and by Sunday, I knew that this was probably gonna be an abscess, and then definitely by Monday morning. Thanks, Rentvale. Oh, you have dental care too in Bogota? Oh, I hate and I don't know about you guys, but I hate dental stuff. I've, had to deal with way too much of it in my life. Well, the abscess will go away with antibiotics, Lydia, but you still have to have a root canal because you could just continue to have problems with that tooth. So I gotta do it. I don't wanna have that tooth pulled. I need to be able to eat, which is the other problem here because while this is messed up over here, of course, right now, I can't eat on this side at all. Oh, Pamela, who is the new pope? Let us know who it is. Anyway, so I have to eat over here. The problem is I'm missing a bunch of upper back teeth over here. So it's not I can't eat, like, hard stuff or anything I really have to chew a lot. I can eat over here, but I can't eat certain things. So now I've had to restrict what I'm eating, and that's gonna be like that probably until I can get a root canal. So I'm a little, bummed. Yeah, so anybody have any news on the new pope? His name, where he's from? Just share in the comments. Oh, you're in Florida, Rentville, but traveling to Bogota, okay. No, dentist I had too much dental trauma early in my life. I had a lot of dental problems when I was a kid, and, and then I had a nightmarish experience when I was in the Peace Corps, and I had a Nazi dentist work on a tooth that had broken, and she didn't have any Novocaine, and it was like I was in a torture room. And so, that pretty much did it for me. That put me over the edge at 22. So, uh, I have it, Dawn, I have a crown, I think, on the tooth that is the problem. So, they just have to drill through the crown probably to do the root canal. Thank God, because if I had to get another crown, that's another $1,000 well, not in Albania. See, in Albania, I should be able to get the root canal, the scans of the tooth, all that for probably not more than $700-800 for everything. So, um, Gail, I can't do it here because I'm only here for another week, and they can't do anything with this tooth until the infection is gone. So it's out of the question to do it in France. So I appreciate you guys' suggestion. Oh, it's an American pope? I thought we only had one cardinal from New Jersey. You sure he's from Chicago? Okay. Oh, Robert Francis Prevost from Chicago. All right. Isn't that the first American pope? I believe it is. Good for him. That's wonderful. Yes, anyway, so I'm researching some places in Albania, but I have to see if I have to shift my plane ticket first, which is still gonna be a fee for that. I've got to cancel a bunch of stuff in the UK. I've gotta get an Airbnb reservation for I already have one for July and August in Albania, but in Tirana, but now I've gotta get one for most of June in Albania. So, now I'm gonna be in Albania for 3 months for the non-Schengen part of my thing, and that's okay. Oh, hi, Mizumi Cat. It didn't show up. It should show up. You mean you did it on, YouTube? Huh. Yeah, I don't know why. Well, I don't know if I wish I was in Albania or not, but at least the good part is by going there, they have several really good clinics in the capital there in Tirana, so I should be able to get in there. I should be able to get this done, and, hopefully, it'll be behind me. So, but until then, I'm eating softer food because I have to eat on this side. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm really a baby about dental stuff. It's the bane of my existence. It really is. Yeah, I'll have to go get am gonna get some cottage cheese tomorrow because they do have that at the little market I go to. Oh, Summer Breeze is asking if I can tell the warning signs. Well, so first of all, I was getting kind of an intermittent toothache on this side, but I couldn't tell exactly where it was coming from because I have a weird tooth on the bottom that was bruised last summer. It was not an abscess, but I had a bruised tooth. I didn't even know that was a thing. And so I thought first it was just that tooth, which sometimes still gets really sensitive and stuff. But then it just the intermittent toothache, it wasn't constant, just kinda got more and more, like Thursday, Friday of last week, Saturday. It just started, that it just started getting a little more and more. So, by Sunday, I didn't have the feeling in my face like somebody had punched me in the face till Monday morning. But Sunday, I thought, "No, I think it's an abscess." And I could definitely tell it was on the top. So, the only good thing about that is it's easier for them to numb teeth on the top, so when you get stuff done, they can usually numb it really well. So yes, Gamayun, that's what I'm gonna do. But I have to go to Albania first. Well, not first, but soon, within a couple of more weeks or so. And then, I'm gonna have to get it done there, and then I'm gonna have to come back to the UK because I gotta have some money to be able to pay for this in Albania. I mean, your health has to come first, so anyway, thank you guys for the well wishes. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know. Dentist, and the thing is, I don't wanna go and have all my teeth pulled and wear dentures for the rest of my life. My front teeth are fine, in the bottom and the top, and it's like, I really don't wanna have to get all my teeth pulled and get, there's no way I could ever afford to get, um, what do they call them? Implants? Yeah, implants and stuff. Can't do that. So, yeah. No, it doesn't help, Darlene, it doesn't help abscesses, but it's soft and I can eat it on the other side of my mouth. It's Thanks, Monique. Yeah, yeah, somebody already told us the cardinal. That's wonderful. It's an American pope. Well, I have this antiseptic, prescription, stuff that I swish around up there 3 times a day. That really helps right now. Now when it gets I probably can do warm salt water after that, but I really wanna be able to do the antiseptic because it's antibiotic as well, so Oh, the Pope's only age 69? Only a year younger than I am? That's young for a pope. I know, that's funny. See? In pope years, I'm young. Yeah, monarch, that would never happen for me. I don't have that kind of money, but, that's a lot. Yeah, and, of course, those are much cheaper if you get them in other places in the world, but, yeah, in the US, it's out of sight how much it is. Yeah, Jean-Marc, the weird thing is the antibiotics, I only have enough for 6 days. So I think I have enough for the next 3 full days after today, but I just don't think it's gonna be totally gone because I still know that it's not totally gone yet. So we'll see. If I have to go back, the cool thing is things are so much more affordable here. So I did share this on the video that's coming out Sunday. Please still watch it and give it a like on Sunday, but because I filmed a lot of that when I was in the throes of it. But yeah, I only had to pay $30 to go to urgent care, or €30, sorry, to go to urgent care, and €24 for all my stuff at the pharmacy. So that's my antibiotic, my mouthwash, my extra paracetamol, all of that was €24. So everything is very cheap compared to the US in that. I don't know, Sue. I'm used to going on when you have something like this, they usually give you a 10-day, not a 6-day. So I'm just saying. It just seems weird to me. It's not really a back tooth. It's like a middle. It's like right in the middle. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, well, that was the other issue. They don't the antibiotic that I wanted, I don't do well on antibiotics. Actually, I'm doing okay on this one. It's not really causing any problems, but, they didn't have cephalexin, which is it's known as either it's cephalexin is the name of the antibiotic, but it's goes under the name Keflex, and it's really good for dental stuff. I know because 'cause I've had stuff before, and, he didn't even recognize what the name of that was, the doctor. So, they gave me a choice of amoxicillin, which technically I'm allergic to penicillin, although I haven't had it since I was a kid. So, oh, is he being known as Pope Leo the 14th? Oh, great. Anyway, I haven't had penicillin since I was a child, but they basically, told me not to ever have it. So I like Keflex, which is actually a little bit related to penicillin. So I probably would be okay with amoxicillin, but I've never had it. Anyway, so I'm taking some other thing that's some combination of a mycin and metronidazole. So I don't know. I don't feel like it's strong enough, to be honest with you. I'm taking it just as it was prescribed 3 times a day, so but it's only like 250 milligrams 3 times a day, which doesn't seem like a lot. Anyway, the Pope is good looking. Is that what you just said, Pamela? It's come on, guys. Don't that's so inappropriate. He's a pope. Come on. Anyway. They do, Sandra. I do believe they do. Well, I will go back. I'll have to pay another 30 € on Monday, but if I have to go back and ask for more antibiotic, I will do it because I can't afford to be sick and make and have this, you know. So amoxicillin would clear it pretty well. Yeah, maybe I'll just tell him to switch me to that because I just don't feel like this has been that effective. Yeah, or just go back and ask for more Jean-Marc. Thank you. Anyway, give me some more likes on the thumbs up, guys, considering I'm wounded over here. I'm glad I didn't have to do this. I think it was yesterday, even yesterday morning, like, when I would smile, it was, like, totally off. It's a little off now right now because you can still see a little swelling right there, but man, it was like, "Oh, amoxicillin's rough on your stomach? Well, then that's not good." I don't know. I think another round of even what I'm taking is fine. I don't like being on antibiotics, but for something like this, you gotta have it, so and I gotta last until I get to Albania is the problem. I gotta make it without having the infection come back and roar back. I have to tell you guys, it's no fun trying to find help when you're in a foreign country, and, even with the amount of French I speak, and I did look up how to say things. Hi, James in Arizona. Um, it still was hard. I included it all in the video, but I had to go to 3 different places to get help, so and, a lot of that was on foot. So, anyway, thank you, Devon, for the hug. I need a hug. Lucy's gonna give me a hug. She feels bad for me. I can't really take doxycycline, Piper. It really screws up my stomach. So, I can't take that. That's too hard on me. Um, oh, I am no, I am taking acidophilus, though. I went to the pharmacy. In France, if you don't know this, because some of you live in France, but a lot of you don't. In France, there's a pharmacy everywhere. They're all independent pharmacies. It's not like in the US. Real, thanks so much. I appreciate that. But, there's pharmacies everywhere, and they all carry a little bit different stuff, like, some of them are more, like, It's almost like what we would consider a drugstore, but then some of them are just a pharmacy. Anyway, uh, I basically went in and I asked her, I think it was yesterday, I said, "I gotta get on some acidophilus," and she didn't really know what that was, but she knew it under the name lactobacillus. So I got these tablets, I just basically dissolve one in my mouth once a day, and it's a probiotic. It's lactobacillus acidophilus with some another type of it's got 2 different types of good bacteria. So, thank you, Joey. Thank you so much. Oh, I love that little guy, the blue guy. Thank you. Oh, and that's your first super on a live stream? Thank you, Joey NG. Anyway, well, I will let you know as time goes on. I don't wanna I think I'm most bummed well, first of all, I'm most bummed because I even have to deal with this, okay? Because it's dental crap, and I hate it. That's what I'm most bummed about. Second, I'm most bummed because I have to change my plans. I just do. I mean, there's I gotta take care of this and I can't it's weird. I always have really good intuition, and something kept telling me for the last 2 months that every time I changed my plans for the UK, nothing ever felt right. Like I thought, "Yeah, this isn't right. This isn't working. This isn't." It never felt right, and now I understand why, because deep down, I think I knew that it wasn't gonna happen the way I wanted it to happen. It just wasn't. So, oh, thank you, Katerina. Yeah, I know, I'm just not sure if I can take amoxicillin. So, we'll see. I just see what I feel like Monday, and if I have to go back, I at least know where to go. It's like 5-minute walk from where I'm staying. It's easy. The doctor was really nice. So, Darlene, well, it's getting delayed now. I probably will get to London because I have to fly out of London. I'll probably be in London just a few days, and then I'm gonna have to go to Albania. So all the other stuff I planned for the UK is just gonna have to wait. It's just gonna have to wait till September. But I will definitely, as long as I still have YouTube income and whatever, I will plan to go there, but it's just not gonna happen right now, you know? Life life had other plans. So, oh, Jen, the wait at the doctor's office, it was really neat. This place takes appointments, but I didn't know that. And I got referred from a dental clinic to go over there, and I walked in, there was probably 3 or 4 people waiting, and they had appointments, and the guy came out, and I just spoke in French, and I said, I had memorized kinda what I needed to say. I told him I thought I had an abscess in my tooth, and that, that I needed to get seen and that a dentist sent me over or whatever. And then he said, asked me if I had an appointment, a reservation, and I went, no. And then he said, well, that's okay. Basically, I can see you as soon as I see the other 3 people or whatever. So it only took about a half an hour to get in without an appointment. So thank God they have those little clinics. They're called SOS Médecin en France. Oh, Yolanda has some good information. Ibuprofen is sold under the name Nurofen. So do I just ask for Nurofen? Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad some of you are looking forward to Albania. I was too in a way. Now I'm not. Now I'm looking at it as dental torture capital for me. So I, I don't know. Oh my Lord. Um, well, it'll certainly be maybe less expensive by the end of September to go to England. I don't know. Anyway, Cynthia, I'm not gonna go all back through it again. I'll just tell you just the short version. I have an abscess in a tooth, and so I'm dealing with that right now. Yeah, Charlie. I don't know how expensive it would have been in France because I didn't even look into that because I knew I couldn't get it. You know, you have to go in and get seen first. You have to get rid of the infection first. Then you have to go in and get an evaluation. Then you have to get scheduled for a root canal. I knew I wouldn't be able to do it because I have to be out of the Schengen zone by May 26th. So I just knew that wasn't going to happen in France. So the nice thing is, the dentist I went to that they couldn't see me, but they referred me to the urgent care. Really nice. It's the dentist one of my viewer goes to that I met with. And if I ever lived here, that I would choose to go there. That's her dentist and she really likes them. So, oh, I have not dawdled. I'm on antibiotics, Dennis. Don't worry. Nurofen. Okay. Yeah, I know. See, that's why I think the swelling hasn't gone down more, and I think that's why it's better. I mean, every day it's better, but it's just not, you know, it's not gone. So I know 360, 370 people. Let's see. Okay, something else I was going to tell you. Let's switch topics. Oh, I was going to share you one of the coolest. So the shout out to viewer May McNeil as part of a comment that May made on a video. She actually put I just love this. She goes, "It's the best description of my channel." You know, I get people that watch my channel and go, "Well, I don't really think you're really, like, a good travel channel." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not a travel channel. Like, I just happen to be traveling. It's not the point of my channel." And so, um yeah, I know, Heather. That's what I mean. You read Heather's comment and you'll see how much a frickin' root canal is in parts of the US. Okay. Yeah, I already looked into it. In Albania, the actual, like, root canal, about €400. So, okay. So May wrote, she goes, "This is her description of my channel," and I just thought it was so good. I thought, and I gotta put that on a something. Anyway, she goes, "Just raw, real-time experience of a 70-year-old woman out there trying to live the dream on a tight budget." Isn't that great? I just love that. Anyway, thank you, May. I don't think you're in the live stream, but shout out to May. I know, that's the description of my channel. Yeah, it's the understatement, exactly. It's just my budget just got tighter. I know. Thank you. Um, oh, thank you, Joanna. Yeah, never be able to do the implant thing. But you know, it's weird. I don't really want implants, even if I had the money for implants. And the reason is I've heard of so many people having problems with their implants that it just, unless you go to like, you just get it done perfectly. You know, I mean, people have problem with dentures too. I mean, it's like there's no great solution. I hate to say that, but there just isn't. I mean, they can look great, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be problem free. Yeah, Patricia, I know you guys, it's sticker shock in the US. The US is probably one of the most expensive places in the world, or is the most expensive place for dental work. So, but big surprise. It's the most expensive place for anything like medical. So, anyway, okay, what else was I gonna tell you? Oh, I gotta tell you something, guys. So, I don't think my hosts are next door right now. I haven't heard them all afternoon. So, either they're asleep, hopefully not dead, um, but they or they're out, and they may have gone to their house. You know, they have a country house. But last night I was so irritated, because they have another, I think I shared with you that this little closet I'm in, cruise ship cabin, closet, whatever, there's another door in the hallway outside my place that seems to lead to something else, and then there's the door to their apartment. Well, I've been in their apartment, and I don't know where that other door goes, but I've never seen anybody, like, or heard anybody really coming out in or out until last night, and there was a frickin' party going on in there. And the problem is, I think it was a birthday party because at one point in time, I heard them sing happy birthday en français about 11 o'clock at night. Their party went on till 12:30 last night, and it was just loud enough that I really just couldn't go to sleep. And I'm tired. Like, I need more sleep right now. I'm trying to heal from this thing. So, so today it's been totally quiet. I think everybody left last night or whatever, but I don't know if they're friends of theirs and they just had a party over there. I don't know if it was a birthday party. Maybe my hosts were involved. I have no idea. But it was that's the only time that's happened. Hi, Bronwyn. Welcome in. Uh, yeah, hopefully not dead. But, yeah. Anyway, I was laying in bed, like, cursing, like, just going, "Please stop." They weren't playing loud music, but there were so many people there. Like, when a lot of people are talking and laughing, how loud it can be? And I just thought, "Oh my god." Anyway, mercifully, it ended, and I went to sleep. I know, Rentvale, LOL, indeed, and I've been worried about the live streams. See, I'm trying to be, like, so considerate. I don't know. Lisa, no, I haven't really thought about cruises. I mean, I actually would like to take a cruise of the Mediterranean and go to some places I'm not gonna get to otherwise, kinda thing. But I don't think right now I can do that this fall even, so I still think I have to come back to the US at some point, unless, we'll see how things are, but, anyway. Yeah, 12:30? Like, God, and I know today was a holiday, it was VE Day, which is the end of World War II in Europe, um, and so, um which is really cool, that they make a big deal out of that because we don't celebrate that in the US. But, I think but maybe it had something to do with that, but it was I could tell it was a birthday because they were singing happy birthday, just in French. So, I know. We party until yes, Jean-Marc is only, I think, in your 40s, right, Jean-Marc? So, yeah. Oh my god. It's the first time that's happened here, and I was like, "God, I don't know. This has been such a comedy of errors, this whole thing." I have 1 more week here, guys. 1 more week. Yay. Fortunately, the weather's lovely. It's, like, high and, like, the highest, uh, temperature is gonna be, like, 70 degrees, so great. Anyway. Yeah, thank you, Darlene. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. This isn't a travel channel. I'm talking about travel as I do things, but I'm not this isn't like to get people excited about travel or it's just about, navigating the real things you have to deal with in life. I had somebody, and I'm not gonna I don't even remember who their name was. Somebody made a comment either yesterday or today. It was one of the comments I was sifting through, and, they did this thing that people do where they act like they're in total control of their lives, total control of their lives. Well, I can tell you that if we were all in total control of our lives, we wouldn't get tooth abscesses out of frickin' nowhere, and people wouldn't have cancer. And, there's so many things that are out of our control. So to walk around saying, "Oh, if you just did this and this and this, you wouldn't have any problems." No, there's always gonna be things that happen to us. And the deal is in life is to learn how to deal with those things and to learn how to push through it and be brave, even when you don't wanna be brave. And that is a big part of who I am, and that's I hope what comes through on the channel because it's like, I'm not being negative about all these things. Thank you, Pamela. Very kind of you. Um, I'm not I love the the muscle. That's good. The boss. It's not I wanna show you that it's important to experience things and still figure them out and still deal with it because that is what life is. And I remember way back in my 20s when I was very briefly a real estate agent, and I mean very briefly. Um, TNK can't pull the bad tooth, hopefully, because it's in the middle, and I need that tooth to eat. So we're not pulling it if we can help it. Um, but the point is I remember when I was in real estate very briefly, and somebody came and gave us some sort of motivational talk, and I was only like 26 or something like that. And even then, I knew that you don't have perfect control over your life. I've always known that. I've gone through way too much in my life and lost too many people and had too many tragedies in my life to not know that. And this woman came in one day and gave us this motivational talk. And she was like, "You can control every aspect of your life and your day, and you can, have perfect control." And I even at the time she was saying it, I thought, "That is such BS." It's just it is such BS, people. You know what you have total control over? You have total control I will tell you. It is not a big mystery. There's no, like there's no magic to know this. You know what you have total control over? Your attitude and the way you deal with things. That's what you have total control over. You don't have any control over a lot of things that happen to you in life, but you have total control over how you approach it and deal with it. And that's what people, for some reason, and I think it's an American thing. I think people think more like this in the US maybe than other places about having control over everything. Like, I don't know. It's weird. So, but we have control over I remember when I used to teach psychology, I would tell my students that. I'd say, here's what you have control over and make the most of it. You have control over the way you look at life. You have control over how you deal with life. You do. You just make a decision. This was not a great week for me. And I'm sure you guys have had some horrible weeks in your life as well. But you know what? I had to deal with it. I had to push through it. It's Thursday. So far, I've survived. And you have to have a sense of humor as well. You definitely have to have a sense of humor. Because if you don't have a sense of humor, it just becomes very depressing. And there are people that watch my channel that I've had 2 different people call me like Debbie Downer, and I thought, "That's so interesting," because they obviously don't watch the whole video of what's going on. I know Lucy oh, sorry. Okay, Lucy has to come in. I know she has total control over her attitude. Let me tell you. This one, the force is strong with her. The force from Star Wars? Yeah, the force is strong with this one. She's really Thanks, AG. Yeah, somebody else did tell me that, yeah. Well, yeah. I'm not saying it makes their life better, Rentville. There are people that live in unimaginable horror, and honestly, I don't know how they deal with that. I really don't, not 'cause I would just probably roll over and die. But, uh but the point is, if you have a crappy attitude about it, it's gonna make it 5,000,000 times worse. She took that as a sign, repent? Okay. I know Lucy, like I said, the force is strong with this one, this young one. She's never had a dental problem in her life because you can't even see her teeth. So, anyway, say goodbye, Lucy. Au revoir. I gotta have some water, guys. Anyway, you guys wanna ask me any other questions? We've been at this about 50 minutes, so anything else, we can change the topic. We don't have to keep talking about this whole dental stuff. It's not pleasant, actually, at all. Yeah, spare pause, I like that. Life is like a parachute, it only works when it's open. Yeah, yeah. Pamela J., I see you. Rick Flood says, "My grandmother would say you get 4 minutes of that and then go and find joy." I know. I know, that's the thing, Nordic Light. I think the people that have said that a couple times to me, they're not watching the whole video. And they're also probably expecting that maybe I'm a typical travel channel and everything's gonna be really upbeat, which that's but there's almost in every single video I do, there's always something positive in the video. And even the one that's coming out Sunday about this whole thing I went through this week, I shot it over 3 days, so even that has something positive in it. So, "Julie, where do I go after this?" She's asking. Well, yeah, that's the question. Thank you, Callie. I appreciate that. Um, you make me smile even when you're having a hard day. Thank you. Well, you guys make me smile when I'm on here. Well, I'm having to change plans, and so I told everybody, "Watch my video that'll come out next Wednesday, because 'cause I'll probably be shooting a video that talks about what I'm changing as far as my itinerary, but things are definitely gonna have to change. The plan is I'm still leaving here next Friday, and I'm still going to Germany. I don't know